Hello, thanks for tuning in. Stuart here, classical record collector, and I've had a stroke of luck in a charity shop. Um, Luck that makes one smile when it happens. So let me tell you the story. A lot of charity shops close at 5 where I live, and there's one that closes at 4:30. Usually, the way that I run my day is that I'm passing that charity shop when it's after 4:30. But yesterday it was actually 4:25, and I decided to pop in. I went in. I've never bought anything in that charity shop before, and they've got records in there, but there's just never been anything interesting, or they've had occasionally some pop records I wanted to buy, and they've either been in poor condition or the price was a bit too high. And I noticed straight away that there were two carrier bags absolutely jam-packed full of records. So I got down there and I saw that these had just come in. They weren't priced up. The regular items were still there, and I decided, okay, I've got 5 minutes, let's go through these records. I could see already just looking at them that some of them were classical, not all of them, and I started going through. Well, I saw some really good records, and I went through the whole lot, and I asked the lady, when are you closing? And she said, I'm closing in 2 minutes. And I said, how much are the records? And she said, well, if there's no prices on them, £2 each. I thought, okay, that's fine. So I very quickly went through the whole lot again, and I picked out the ones that I wanted the most. And of course, if you're in that position, that's exactly what you should do. If you've got like 2 minutes, if you've got say 200 records to look through, and there are 6 or 7 absolute pearls in there, you've got to get out with those. You've got to get them. You've got to secure the deal and just get out of the premises, get home, and then maybe go back later the next day to see what's there, other records which you still want, but you want to get out with the gems. So I picked out the gems, and there weren't that many. I mean, it's not a mega find here, but I think it's quite interesting. And I paid my £2 each, commenting that I might be back tomorrow. So I left the shop, got back, tried them out. The condition is pretty good. So let me just go through those, the ones that I bought yesterday, and I've been back today and I bought a load more. So here we are. Let's have a look then. I think when you see these, you'll probably agree that I've done fairly well, a good day's work, as they say. Let's have a look. Okay, this is probably the best one. Schubert Octet in F major. We've got the, I don't know, what do you call it? The blue border. It's not a blue back as such, because I think that London's a blue backs, but I mean, really, it's only like half a blue border, isn't it? But yeah, so that's SXL 2028. It's in the original sleeve. It's an ED1. Yep, the inner sleeve is superb. The jacket, there's a little bit of wear up here, a little bit of wear, but really, for a record of that age, you can't complain. And I've played side 1. It's in absolutely superb condition. Side 2 looks all right as well. So I don't know what that's selling for at the moment, but I don't really care because it's such a nice record. There's the statue of Schubert there, which I believe sits in Vienna. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one, another SXL. Dvorak, Curzon, Piano Quintet. Okay, this one's not as exciting, I know it's not, but nevertheless, still a nice one to have. SXL 6043. I don't know whether, I don't know whether there were more, how long they've been in. I would think that if there were any collectors, they would have taken the Schubert, they would have taken this. I think probably I got in there before anybody else, and this is just, I mean, really, these are out of character with the rest of them, and I think they must have probably all come in together. But these particular records, these 60 stereos, are out of character with all the other records that I saw. So, I mean, I saw sort of labels like Non-Such and Turnabouts. To be honest with you, the people that buy these kind of records don't usually buy Turnabouts, probably not. And I wonder whether this is like a kind of inherited collection of maybe 2 or 3 different collectors. So there we are, Dvorak Piano Quintet. I think that's an ED1. No, it's an ED2, made in England. Yeah, so that's an ED2. That's all right. That's fine. I'm happy with that. There we are. There's another good one. Schubert, obviously a Schubert fan, this person. The Great String Quintet in C. And it's in great condition. I mean, the jacket's really superb. And this one is, I think this is an ED2 as well. Yeah, made in England. ED2. So that's in great condition as well. These are, I checked these all before I paid £2 each. I mean, really, I could have just taken them for £2 each. So I'm really happy with that. Here we are, good old Beecham, Scheherazade. This is an all laminated cover though. It's not the paperback. It's the all laminate cover, which I think makes it a bit more interesting. The jacket's in absolutely superb condition. I've looked at the record already, and that's in brilliant condition as well. So, I mean, it's not worth a great deal, but what can I say? £2 for that is an absolute bargain. Okay, and you see what I mean by a strange sort of mixed bag. We go from the sort of early 60s suddenly to the mid 70s, and Kyung-Hwa Chung playing the Prokofiev Concertos 1 and 2 with Previn. It's a Dutch pressing, but I bought it anyway for £2. And then finally, it's odd. It's a really odd collection. Suddenly we get a record from the sort of mid 70s or early 80s. Shumsky, Oscar Shumsky playing Chrysler on an ASV. So, I'm convinced these are all coming together, but a lot of the records are it's quite a mixed bag anyway. There was also some opera, by the way. Like there was a Fritz Busch HMV Treasury set, which I didn't buy. Okay, so I was really happy with that to get those, and I went back today at lunchtime. I've been in, and they're still sitting in the carrier bags. They haven't been priced up, so I went through them. I rejected a lot. There were quite a few CBS English press stereos, like, I don't know, Stravinsky playing Stravinsky, Francescatti playing I think the Mendelssohn Concerto or something like that. Actually, oddly enough, the condition wasn't so good on those, and I wasn't really too worried. There was also a CBS Messiaen short pieces, and yeah, so I didn't buy that either. But anyway, what did I buy? All right, first of all, Bach Complete Sonatas and Partitas for Solo Violin, Oscar Shumsky. So obviously whoever bought the Chrysler Shumsky also bought this. I've checked the condition. It's in excellent condition. So is the box. And it's got the booklet inside. So there we are. There's the booklet. Yep. I mean, oh, and by the way, okay, I'll go through these first and then I'll tell you what I paid for them. Because I thought, rather than make a fuss and going up before I start looking and saying, how much are the records? How much are the records? I've got to have them, please. How much are they? No, that's not the right way to do it. I just calmly went through what I wanted, picked out, checked the condition, and I'm just trying to decide how to show you these because there are some real surprises here. I'll tell you, you would never in a million years guess what I'm going to show you. I mean, you could wait the lifetime of 10 universes and you would never guess what I'm going to show you. Okay, let's start with the sort of ones that aren't such a big surprise, or at least relatively common. So Schubert Trout Quintet, Semicircle Dog label, and that's a Melos Ensemble, ASD 2328. We've got Elgar. I mean, it's not very desirable, this. We've got Elgar 2-record set, Symphony No. 2, and it's got on it, let's see, is it just Symphony No. 2? Is there anything else on it? Oh yeah, Falstaff, Symphonic Study. Okay, well, I was pleased to get that. I tried it out. At least I checked the condition. Jackets are in beautiful condition. The records are in beautiful condition. What's not in beautiful condition is the fact that somebody's written on the cover there. And let me just read what they've written. 11th of January 1965 to what does that say? What's the name of this person? Oh, it's difficult to say. It starts with an L. Oh, to Len to Len, Len, with love and best birthday wishes from Annie. Well, that's touching, isn't it? But what do you think I'm going to do with that? Am I going to try and rub that off? I don't know. I don't know, but it's sort of, yeah, it is kind of touching. If you look at the human side of it, where are these two people now? Where's Len? Where's Annie? Who were they? Husband and wife, probably? Probably. Are they still alive? Well, this collection was donated to a charity shop, so it would suggest at least one of them died. Okay. Debussy string quartet. Now, if this was like a Beethoven quartet, I wouldn't have bothered. So Debussy and Ravel, to have them both with the fabulous quartet, the Italian quartet on a Philips. I'm pleased with that. Right, now then, okay. Robert Simpson, string quartet, symphony number 9, string quartet number 9, the Delmay string quartet. I don't really know Simpson's music. It's on a Hyperion, it's a DMM, so I thought I would take it anyway. There we are. Yep, I'm happy with that. I like Hyperions, and I'll have a listen to that. It's 32 variations and fugue on a theme of Haydn. So, yeah, there we are. I wonder when that was composed. It doesn't matter. He was born in 1921. Here we are now. This is really surprising. I've never seen anything like this. It's unbelievable. All right, you're probably familiar with this series, the Deutsche Grammophon Avant-Garde series. This one is Stockhausen. Yeah. And okay, it's not only that, it's a tulip label and it's made in Germany. Can you believe that? Yep. What do you think of that? All right, impressive, eh? I mean, even if you don't like Stockhausen, which I don't, by the way. Yeah. So there we are at the conductor Kegel and Stockhausen himself, Markowski and Michel Guillen. All right, well, you've not seen anything yet. Must have been a real avant-garde. That's what I mean about this collection of records. It's so diverse, it's just unbelievable. Avant-garde, another one. This one is Victor Glabokar. Yeah, Berio, Stockhausen. I mean, I don't think I'm going to like this music, but as a collector, I just had to have these. Another one that's a tulip. It's a tulip and it's made in Germany. David Bedford, not the runner, not the athlete, I presume. I didn't know there was a composer. 2 poems for chorus. George Ligeti, Lux Eterna, the famous piece of music from 2001. Wow, I will be listening to that, I'll guarantee it. Yeah, so there we are. I know what you're thinking. This never happens to me. Why does it happen to Stuart? Well, no, it does happen to you. Some of you have told me you've had finds in charity shops. So I've had finds too, but I do a lot of looking and occasionally I hit the jackpot. Okay, we've got La Salle Quartet here, Lutosławski and Penderecki, another tulip. These are all tulips. I just couldn't believe it. It's unbelievable. And they're all in absolutely superb condition. Better condition than those CBS records I looked at. Thank goodness. Okay. Okay, with Gerd Zacher, organ. Kegel, Fantasy for organ with Obligati. Okay. And Ligeti, Etude number 1, Harmonies. So there we are, another tulip. And finally, yeah, that's the last one. No more, won't bore you anymore with these. Kegel, Match für 3 Spieler, Christoph Kaskel, Klaus Stork, cello. Yeah, there we are, another avant-garde record. Incredible, absolutely incredible. What do you think? Okay, well, let me know what your comments are, but obviously, oh yes, the price. So I took those, I went up to the counter. The young lady that was there yesterday wasn't there, it was an older lady, and she was standing there with a man who had a sort of a shirt with the logo of the charity shop. I thought, oh, he works here. He'll probably say we need to check the value of these first. He's probably he's probably got a bit of knowledge, or he'll want to be cautious about these. So I took them up to the counter, I put them down, and I said, magnificent. I've been coming into this charity shop for months, and it's the first time I've seen any classical records, and finally it's great to buy some from you. So I started on a really positive note, not like, how much are these? I've got to go back and check them on eBay. I've got to find out how much they're worth. No, I just was cool about it, put them down. And I didn't say yesterday I paid £2 each for them. I was going to say that, but I decided to say nothing and see what they say first. If they say, oh, £5 each, then I would say, oh, I paid £2 each yesterday. But she said, well, if they're not priced, £1 each. And I didn't say anything. I said, oh, I just nodded, just accepted it as a fact. And yeah, £14 for those. There are 14 records there. So I got the first batch at £2 each, and I got the second batch for £1 each. What can you say? Absolutely delighted. Well, that's it. I look forward. I'm sure you'll have some comments. Some of you will have some comments about that. Thank you very much for tuning into my channel. And oh yeah, just one last thing. I made a video yesterday or the day before going through some of the eBay auctions, and one of them was a Kyle-Burt Symphony No. 5, and I was thinking, oh, that looks lovely. I wish I had that record, etc., etc. Yeah, well, I went ahead and made an offer on that record of £10 plus shipping. And I made a schoolboy error, didn't I? I made an absolute stupid schoolboy error. So that offer was accepted very quickly, might I add. And about half an hour later, I decided to have another look at it. I don't know why. I just decided to have another look at it. I thought, hey, wait a minute. Is that stereo? Because those Telefunkens in mono, if there's a stereo available, they're worth absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. And I looked at it, I thought, wait a minute, that's GMA, it's not SMA. I thought, oh my God, I can't believe it. I've made an absolute schoolboy beginner's error, and I'm going to end up paying £15, including shipping, for something that is worth absolutely nothing. Okay, so I went to my eBay control panel, pulled down purchases, went to the product, and clicked on cancel. He hadn't printed out a label for it. So I thought, okay, if I get my cancellation in, it hasn't gone out yet. He's using Every as a shipping method, which means he probably won't ship it today. And Every, and we were talking about late in the day, they would have already been. So I didn't feel too stressed out. But I got my cancellation in, and I just said, sorry, I made an error. My fault. I thought it was stereo, but I don't need it. I said, I thought because of the price you were asking it was stereo, but yeah, I made an error. I should have double checked. Turns out it's only mono. Could you refund, please? And yeah, he refunded about an hour later, and I left him positive feedback. So yeah, my stupid mistake. But yeah, I mean, I can't stress it. I've said this on my own channel. Always look at the label, always check, make sure if you're expecting stereo. And I didn't even follow my own advice. So yeah, I feel like a fool about that, but at least I'm admitting to it, and the order's cancelled. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.